My name is Salena-Hawkins, and it gives me great pleasure to welcome you to the second reading of this new year, 2024. And we pray and hope that this year will bring as much good to you as the last one brought to us. And if you didn't think that happened, just think about it. You're here. Okay, this particular column is about something that's been with me and on my mind for a long time. It concerns educators, and the column title is Influences. But first, I'd like to say something to Zola Salena, standing over there behind the camera, about Dr. Margaret Burroughs. What did you think of her? I know this is off the cuff, and you didn't
Well,
have a...
one can only just describe Dr. Margaret Burroughs as awesomely wonderful.
Awesome. Okay.
Awesomely wonderful. A great role model.
That's as good a lead-in as I could possibly ask for.
Okay.
As most of us know, teaching in all African societies is considered a super status profession. Teachers have always been accorded respect and honor, even while they were being underpaid. Please note, this reverence for those in the formation of our children's characters and thought processes predates the Portuguese development of the slave business. It irks me sometimes when everybody wants to start off when slavery started off. Everybody wants to start off when slavery started off. No, we predate slavery.
Thank you.
At some point in the future, it'll be a footnote. Can I continue?
Please.
Yes. Fast forwarding us from the auction block to the one-room schoolhouse in the segregated South, to the overcrowded classroom in the so-called inner city, has given us successive waves of heroic people, African-American teachers who have kept us aware of our rich African-American cultural heritage, of the unlimited possibilities for success in every area of human endeavor. This is a salute to African-American teachers in general and to Dr. Margaret Burroughs in particular. 38th Street, Cottage Grove, Chicago, Illinois, the Red Light District, Dopeville, USA. There was no doubt in my mind that my niche was going to be carved on one of their high places in the fast life. All of the prerequisites had been fully recorded. I had been acknowledged by the Neighborhood Academy of Thugs as a brilliant student. My major was going to be cold-blooded pimping, with a minor in the short con. The short con, as contrasted with the long con, was about learning various Murphys, or a game to be played on innocent people for quick money, as opposed to long cons for slow money. Get it?
Yes.
For example, with a base investment of, let's say, $30, $10 for my partner, and $20 for me, we could shortchange any busy sales clerk by exchanging our purchases to indicate that one of us had not received the correct change, and we had the proper sales receipt to prove it. Plus a piece of Scotch tape linking the $20 bill to our argument. The shortchange game, the Cuban drop, the country boys find, the whip and dip, the slip and slide, we practiced diligently, and our timing was exquisite. We were advised by Academy members, these were the superstars, we were advised by Academy members, if we wanted to receive bona fide acceptance, to begin using something stronger than the 40-proof ghetto wines and beers to boost our standings. I chose heroin. I gave my money to Baby June, the self-proclaimed dope fiend, to cop for me. All of the members of the academy nodded their approval of my choice. Obviously, I was going for the gusto. I was going for the gusto. Please remember, Iceberg Slim, Cash Black, Sweet Peter Dieter, Creole Charlie, and Brother Bam were validated lifetime members of the academy. It was important that one should receive their approval. Since I was terrified of injections, needles, the dope fiend advised me to snort the junk. After a couple of purchases by a Baby June, I was beginning to doubt that I would ever receive the maximum benefits. Fortunately, I found out months later, because of Baby June's monstrous drug habit, he had dilated my bowels to the point of zero benefits derived. I think somebody told me to put baby powder in one day my nose was all caked up. I had to use a diaper all the time.
Uh-huh.
The dirty, rotten snake dog, low-life character had trans-sold me a mixture of baby powder and Garrett snuff. Why is it so brownish, Baby June? Because that's that Mexican tar. It's the best. DuSable High School. Same time frame. Why was I sitting in the art class scribbling a short story? My friend, Fast Eddie, I've known a couple of them, and they were all fast.
Mm-hmm.
My friend, Fast Eddie, the literature lover, had commissioned me to do it. Here's $1. Put a lot of dirty words in it. The teacher, Mrs. Margaret Burroughs, with radar perceptions, confiscated the lascivious document, kept me after class to discuss the flaws in the piece, and directed me to a writing workshop on 51st and South Parkway, King Drive now. Fast Eddie and I didn't know what to make of the situation. Was this the same sort of trap? Was this some sort of trap? Was you running a game on me? Of course, I had to go to the writing workshop, or else. That was the Burroughs vibe. You either do it or you're going to suffer. So far ahead of her time, the avant-garde is still racing to catch up with her. Over the years, she has taught, prodded, nurtured, browbeat, and encouraged thousands of DuSable high school students, Kennedy King College students. She taught in the joint, people in the joint. She taught them to do their best, for us to do our best, to derive maximum benefits. With her late husband, the artist Charles Burroughs, they laid the foundation for the first African-American museum I'd ever visited in their home at 3806 South Michigan Avenue, Chicago, Illinois. Years later, using all of her persuasive magic to force the powers that be to release the funds, the DuSable Museum of African American History, the first of its kind found in the U.S., was relocated at a multi-million-dollar structure at 56 and Cottage Grove Avenue, Washington Park, Chicago, DuSable City, Illinois, which is what she wanted to change the name of Chicago to. DuSable City. The guy from Haiti who came and opened up a trading post and all the rest, she thought, well, he should be the guy that's town named after him. The Chicago that they used was the Indian name for the town, which means bank full of stinky onions. Anyway, last year, Dr. Burroughs was celebrated on her 80th birthday. Dear Dr. Burroughs, happy birthday, and we wish you many, many more 80s. Oyi waladon.
Oyi waladon.
Oyi waladon.
Oyi waladon.
So that's a brief thing. I had to curtail this because...
How nice of you to bring up her name at the beginning of the year.
Dr. Margaret Burroughs?
Yes.
Yeah.
To pay tribute to her.
Well, I heard you.
Yeah.
It's hard not to, because people like that, they're so full of inspiration, you know.
Life, they never die.
They never, well, you know, she passed, I think, at it's questionable whether she was 96 or 106 because, as you know, she would learn how to roller skate
Yes, yes. Well,
backwards.
I say she never died because she is so full of life that you can't even imagine her being gone.
Mm. I have picked up the phone. Last time we saw her was in 2006 at the occasion of the 50th anniversary of DuSable graduating class or something like that. And as you recall, we went out together for a brief time. And I don't know how many times I picked up the phone. Like, I called Dr. Burroughs. And I have to remember, oh, Dr. Burroughs.
Can't make that phone call. Too long distance.
I can't dial it that far ahead. But I wish I could. And at times I do feel myself talking to her or have her talking to me, especially if I'm about to do something stupid. So
we're blessed with fantastic teachers.
Well,
Teacher Odie.
Oh, I can't say enough. I started doing this, as a column. And before, column has only so many words you can use. I had written off the page. I had to edit this down to like a page and a half.
Right.
I had about 15 pages about
that's what she makes you do.
all the kind of things she just made us do.
Right.
You are the first time I heard African American. You are African American children in an all African American high school. You're going to have to be superior to anybody you compete with, otherwise you won't have a chance. I'm telling you the honest to God truth. It's rough out there. The white people who brought us over here are still the same people in charge. I was looking at something today on television on the Joy Reid show, and it was so interesting to have a modern day television announcer saying, we know where they are. This is the MAGA gang. They are trying to take us back to a time when white men of the Christian faith ruled this country. No doubt about it. You can say Nazi, you can talk this and that and say whatever, but basic is to eliminate the present, regress as far as possible. When you kill off affirmative action saying it's unfair to white people, when you get to all of the kind of social programs that they're trying to eliminate in order to make people of color second-rate citizens again, voter suppression and stuff. I mean, stuff you thought we had gotten past, and now it's returning. To get this college president, President Gay at Harvard, to squeeze her out in the way that it was done indicates that, okay, one of the greatest enemies is black women, because black women have always been able to both bring up themselves and bring their sons up with them, because you all are the ones who do it. But one thing these people have to realize when they pound at the black woman is that they have hit a rock. They have hit a rock. And I'm telling whoever is listening in MAGA, you can't beat them, pal. You can't beat them.
So what do you have to say to teachers today? What do you have to say to teachers today?
Today, keep up the fight. Remember that you have a sacred legacy in front of you and behind you. So keep up the fight, and we appreciate you.
Yes.